It's time to menu plan for my family, and it got me thinking that I wanted to share with my YouTube friends how we menu plan in our family. I also want to share with you my favorite budgeting tool, and it's something that you probably haven't heard of before. And stick around to the end because we're doing things a little different in this video. Welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're new, hi, I'm Cassie and welcome to Savvy Cents. So today we are going to be tackling menu planning. So why menu plan? Well, the obvious answer to that is menu planning can save you a ton of money because you're using what you have on hand and it's less trips to the store. But it can also save you so much time because you're carving out about 15 minutes and you are preparing meals for the rest of the week. So it's not something that you have to figure out later on. You're not coming home from work or coming home from practice or living your busy life and then coming home and struggling and trying to figure out, spending 10, 15 minutes just that one day trying to figure out what to have for dinner that night. You are setting your future self up for success. The other reason I love to menu plan is it cuts down on my stress levels because you're sitting down for 15 minutes, you're figuring it out, so it cuts out that scramble at the end of the day. What are we gonna have for dinner? Do we have anything defrosted? Oh, forget it, let's just go get takeout. It takes out that stressful step, and so I know I don't need any extra stress in my life, and you don't either. The first step for menu planning is to figure out your budget. Emily did a video a while back and it basically lays out how to figure out your budget, and in there you'll be able to figure out how much to allocate for your groceries. The second step to menu planning is to figure out what time period you want to work with. So if you're just starting out, I would recommend a 1 week time period just to get your feet wet until you get more comfortable. And then I would really encourage you to bump it up to a 2 week time period. There are people that menu plan for 1 month at a time and they save the most money. So that I think would be the ultimate goal. The third step for menu planning is to look at your calendar and to see if you have any upcoming anniversaries, celebrations, birthdays, anything where you would need to go ahead and plan ahead for something special. Say somebody needs a birthday cake or they want some special treat with dinner, or say you're having an anniversary dinner and you know you want to make shrimp that night instead of going out to eat. So you want to be able to have that information so you can plan ahead in your meal plan. The next step is so important. You are going to check out your fridge, your freezer, your pantry, and if you have a garden, check out your garden and see what you have on hand that you can use up before you add anything to your grocery list. This will save you a ton of money because you are using what you already have on hand, what you've already spent your money on, or if you have a garden, what you've already spent your time on. One thing that I love to do is I have made this for our freezers that we have, and it basically helps me to figure out what we have on hand so that when I'm menu planning, I don't have to walk over to every single freezer we have. I just have this and it keeps everything nice and organized for me. So next thing is you're going to want to check out the sale papers because you want to see what's on sale so that you can incorporate that into your grocery list, because if it's on sale, it's saving you money. The front and the back sheets of these ads are what are called their loss leaders. It's what they use to get you in the store, and they are actually likely losing money on these, but they figure you'll make up the difference when you get into the store and make all your impulse purchases. A lot of people use ads like this, but my favorite tool to use is an app called Flip. And basically what it is an app that has compiled all of the sales ads in your area. So you can type in any ingredient or any thing that you want to check, you can even put in something like diapers for babies, and it will show you all the ads in your area that have that on there. So you're able to make the most educated decision about where you want to shop that week and where you are going to maximize your savings. And an added bonus is we have so much paper clutter that I can just toss these now. Another thing that I like to check out while I'm menu planning is this website, and I'll link it below. And it has all of the fruits and vegetables that are in season during that season and where you live. So there's a drop down box, you pick what you want as far as the season goes and the state that you live in, and it'll show you all of the fruits and vegetables that are in season, and you will save so much money this way, and everything just tastes so much better because it's actually in season. All right, so now you've done all these steps and you're ready to sit down and menu plan. The place where I like to get recipes from are a few different places. We have a bunch of cookbooks in our house that we've been gifted, and we like to use those a lot. We also use a website called budgetbites.com, and I've talked about it before. I love her website because she has really delicious recipes, but she also breaks down every recipe by cost, so you know exactly how much that recipe is going to cost you. So if you're on a really strict budget, you know what you can afford and what you can't afford. We also really like Pinterest because it is this amazing resource that is just endless with recipes. It's so fun to try new recipes out, and that's the place that we typically turn to if we are trying something new, because there's just always so many options there, and we have had really good success with it. Another website that I have found so helpful is allrecipes.com. And what you can use this for is you can just put in one ingredient and it'll bring up a long list of recipes that use that ingredient. So say you're on Pinterest and you want to try this really cool new recipe, but you look at the ingredients and it calls for something that you don't typically buy. What you can do to use up that entire bottle of something is you can go to allrecipes.com, type in that ingredient, and then find another recipe that'll also use that up. So it's great at helping you use up that ingredient that you wouldn't have been able to use up before, and it's maximizing your savings. So before we get to menu planning, I just wanted to go over a few small tidbits that I have found helpful when menu planning. So the first tip is to find a grocery store where you are going to maximize your savings the most. If you live in an area where you are able to have double coupon day, please take advantage of that. We don't have anything like that here, but what I have found is there's a store called Sprouts, and they honor their last week's ad on Wednesday and their upcoming ad on Wednesday. So if you shop on Wednesdays, you're basically getting double coupons. And so that's one way I've been able to max savings here. The other tip I have is to use any apps for the store that you are shopping at. I know stores like Target, they have Target Circle, and you can save a ton of money there, and Target has a ton of groceries these days. There's also a store in our area where I use their app specifically, and I'm able to save so much money just by opening up that app and scanning items that I'm already gonna buy to see if they have any sales going on for those items. And the last tip I have is to order your groceries online. This is a way to really keep an eye on your costs, because as you add everything in, you'll see how much each item costs that you add to your cart. And then if your total goes over, there are no surprises. So you're able to take anything out that's extra that you don't really need so that you're able to stay on budget. Staying on budget for your groceries is going to be huge, because aside from either mortgage or rent, typically we spend the most on our grocery bill out of our budget. So if you're able to stay on track with that, you are going to be saving yourself so much money that you can use towards something else that you like, whether it's debt or a vacation. You get to choose where your money goes. Thank you so much for going along with me today while I told you all about the ways that menu planning can help you save so much money. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button, and we would love for you to hit the subscribe button and be a part of our Savvy Cents community. Here at Savvy Cents, we like to tell you how things can help you, but we also love to show you how things can help you. So come back next week for the second part of this series where I show you how to menu plan for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for an entire week. I can't wait.